Hello everyone and good afternoon children!
Good afternoon, teacher.
Okay, so before we start to our activities and discussion, let's have our opening prayer.
Please bow your heads and let us pray. Angel of God, my guardian dear, to whom God's love commits me here. Ever this day be at my side, to light and guard, to rule and guide. Amen.
Okay, so since we are done with our opening prayer, let's have our energizer. So all you have to do is just follow on the screen.
Para lang sa'yo, ang giling-giling ko. 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 Mapapa-ulala, mapapa-ulala sa giling ko.
Okay, so did you enjoy, children? Okay, so who is our attendance checker? Miss Presores, who is absent today? Okay, so everyone is present. Very good. So right now, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Teacher Najida Sultan, your teacher for this afternoon. So for our classroom rules, kindly read everyone. Raise your hand before speaking. Understand and follow instructions. Listen carefully. Ensure cleanliness and stay focused and do your best. So, right now, let's have an activity. Okay, so for our first activity, I have prepared some questions and magtatawag ako ng mga student para sagutan ng mga katanungan. So for the first question, what was our previous lessons? Who wants to answer? Okay, Miss Bainosa?
The use of language.
Okay, very good. The second one, can anyone define language in your own word? Okay, so Mr. Kanyas, rather.
Language is a system of words that people use to communicate.
Okay, very good. Now let us proceed to the number 3. Why do you think language is important for every learner? Who wants to answer? Okay, Miss Jabakid.
It is important for every learners because it helps them communicate.
Okay, so very good. Now let us proceed to our activity called Guess the Word from the Shuffled Letters. So all you have to do is arrange the shuffled letters. So are you ready, kids? Now let's have fun. So the first letter is, who wants to answer?
Me, ma'am.
Okay, Miss Danlog.
Alphabet.
Alphabet. So let's see if it's alphabet. Okay, very good. It is an alphabet. Next one, who wants to answer?
Me.
Miss Donna?
Phonemes.
Phonemes. So let's see if it's phonemes. Okay, very good. It's phonemes. Another. Who wants to answer?
Me.
Okay, Mr. Salas.
Segmental phonemes.
Segmental phonemes. So let's see if it's segmental phonemes. Okay, very good. It's an segmental phonemes. Next one. Who wants to answer? Okay, Miss Lantixi.
Accent.
Accents. Okay, so let's see if it's an accents. Okay, very good. It's an accents. Okay, so I guess all of you have an idea what is our topic today. So right now, let us proceed to our proper discussions. Okay, so since we are done with our activity, let us now proceed to our proper discussions. And our topic will be about phonetic features of a language. And our objective is, at the end of the lesson, the learners are expected to identify the alphabet of one's mother tongue, compare the phonemic structure of one's mother tongue with other known language, and determine the phonemic structure in your mother tongue and the correct pronunciations of each. So, are you guys ready now? Okay, so let us discuss. Okay, introductions. The study of the phonology of a language is concerned with the way the word or utterances are pronounced It highlights the significant sounds of the language. The English language has more vowels phonemes than those in any Philippines language. So according to this note, when we are seeing phonology, it is a study of the sounds used in speaking a language, including the letters or the word are pronounced properly. And also nag-focus siya sa mga important sound speech using in communication. So later on, I will give an examples about the phonologies or what is phonologies. So the English language has more vowels phonemes than those in any Philippines language. English language has more vowels compared to the Filipinos language. That's why a lot of people are studying the English language compared to their native language because they are the official language of the Philippines. However, dapat hindi rin natin kalimutan kung ano yung nasa atin ng mga Filipino. Next one, I have here some examples of phonologies. So how do we read that one? It's a cat. It's a cat. How many sounds are there? 3, including the k, k. And the second one, and the third one, t, t. And if you read that, it's cat, cat. The second one, how to read that? It's an hat, hat. And how many sounds are there? 3. What they are? Ha, ha, and and t, t, t. And how do we read that? Hat, hat. And that's the examples of the phonology on how the letters or the word are pronounced properly. So did you get, children? Okay. So right now, let us proceed to the alphabet. So everybody read.
Being literated in the Philippines requires the learning of the English alphabet. Through the centuries, our country has been exposed to several influences and is still undergoing transformations that introduce language issues. Even the language used in the country have incorporated the foreign sounds and other important phonemes coming from the Spanish language or other language of the colonizers.
Okay, thank you so much everyone. Being literated in the Philippines requires the learning of the English alphabet. It's because the Philippines are colonized by the other countries before. That's why some of our language, the words, or even the sounds are changes because na-colonize tayo ng mga ibang country noon, including the Spanish. Another one. What exactly is alphabet? So an alphabet is a standard set of letters or graphics which is used to write or code idea. The general rules is that the letter represents the basic significant sounds phonemes of the spoken language. So what is exactly the alphabet, no? So the alphabet is a set of letters which every letters have its own sounds, and if we combine those letters we can create a sentences. Yes, we can create a sentences. So did you get it, children? Okay, so now let us proceed. The writing systems of some languages use syllabaries in which a character represents a syllable. Logographies are also used in which each character represents a morphomes. So hindi lahat ng languages are using the alphabet, but there is some language that using the different kind of letters or different writing systems. For examples in this one, as you can see in the first picture, the baybayin character. So, when we are seeing baybayin, this is the old system na ginagamit ng mga Filipinos noon. So, as you can see in the picture, yung sa baba na like a, ba, ka, da, that's what we call a syllables. And if titingnan natin siya into a symbols, that is what we call baybayin. So, did you get, children? Okay. Logographics are also used in which each character represents a morpheme. So, as you can see in the second picture, that is the examples of logographs that parang isa siyang symbols na in one symbols there is a word o meron na siyang word. For examples, the first picture, persons. So, yung symbols niya is yung sa gitna niya. And the second one is mountain. So as you can see in the pictures, ganyan din yung symbols ng mountain, and the next one is water. So, ang symbols ng water is yung number 3 or yung sa left side niya. So, did you get, children? Okay. Okay, another. In the past, the alibata was the representative script of the Philippines language. This is reported to be related to the script of India. So, ano na naman ba tong alibata? So, the alibata also is the old system na ginagamit ng mga Filipinos noon, which is sa panahon natin ngayon, ito yung tinatawag natin na baybayin. So later on, I will be explaining what is the difference between baybayin and the alibata. So also, the alibata is may pagka-similarities to the script of India. Okay, so another, alibata is the term that takes the first two letters of the alphabet of Maguindanaon, alif and bet, used in the southern Philippines and derived from Arabic. So from the word itself, alibata came from the Arabic word, which every Muslim use Arabic word. So I have here in examples. As you can see in the pictures, there is two alphabet, the alif and bet, alphabet of the Arabic rather. So the alif and bet. So in the first letters, yung nakikita nyo parang like straight siya, yan yung tinatawag namin na alif. So if i-change natin yung mga vowels niya, pwede siyang maging a, i, o, o. So from the word na alibata, kinuha lang yung ali or kinuha lang yung like F sa alif, kaya ali. And then the second picture is bet, or kung i-change natin yung mga vowels niya, pwede din siya maging babi, bat, bit, bit, or batata, something like that. So, kinumbine lang siya as ali, bata. So, dyan kinuha yung word na alibata. Now, if you are wondering what is the difference between alibata and the baybayin, so the baybayin is the original old system na ginagamit ng mga Filipinos noon, no? Hindi pa na-colonize ang Philippines. But, as the times goes, there is one person na naka-invento ng alibata. So, pinasikat niya yung alibata, but the reason why is para tukuyin kung ano man yung baybayin or kung ano yung baybayin. So that is the story behind the alibata and the baybayin na ginagamit ng mga old system ng mga Filipinos. So, did you get, children? Okay, so next one. Let's proceed to the summary. An alphabet is a set of a letter used to represent the sounds of a language and writing. So of course, as what I said before, that the alphabet is a set of letters, that every letters have its own sounds, and if we combine those sounds, we can create sentences. Next, in the Philippines, most language now use the English Roman alphabet with some sounds influenced by Spanish. Of course, no, and sa ating panahon ngayon, ang ginagamit natin is the Roman alphabet or English Roman alphabet. But there is some sounds then or like mga ibang like languages na na-adapt natin dahil sa pag-colonize sa atin ng mga Spanish before. So before this, Filipino used baybayin also called alibata. So kanina na-explain ko na din, no, na before pa lang the colonizers ay ang ginagamit talaga nating mga like ginagamit natin na mga alphabet called baybayin in the alibata. So an ancient writing system used to write Philippines language, but today the Roman alphabet is the standard writing system used across the country rather. So of course, no, sa panahon natin talaga ngayon, English is the most ginagamit ng mga even the Filipinos or the other countries. It's always been an English Roman alphabet. So that's all for my report, and I hope meron kayong tutunan sa aking report. So once again, my name is Teacher Najida Sultan, and I will give the floor to the next reporter. Bye!
So, good day everyone. So, I am your next teacher. My name is Rachel Anis Pacaldo, but you can call me Teacher Rachel. So, now let's move on to our next topic, which is phonemes. I know that you have now a prior knowledge about phonemes because this is already discussed by Teacher Joanne Presores last time during our online class. So, what is phonemes? So, phonemes is the smallest unit of sound in a language which can distinguish meaning. So, example, in English, the words can and fan differ in their initial sounds. So, can begins with the phoneme K because it begins with the sound of K, K, K. And fan begins with the phoneme F because the sounds of the phoneme is F, F. And fan with the vowel sound of E and fin with the vowel sound of E differ in their vowel phoneme. Therefore, we can say that K, F, E, E are phonemes. So another example, in Bisaya, the words sila or they in English and pila in Bisaya or how much in English differ in their initial sounds. So sila begins with a sibilant S, meaning sibilant has a longest sound like S, the sound of S, S, and pila has the bilabial phoneme P. Bilabial which means that um, your lower lip and upper lip is touched when you pronounce the phoneme P, like therefore S, P, I, and A are phonemes in Bisaya language. You may have noticed that each symbol of a phoneme is placed inside slashes. Then you may also have seen phonemes placed inside brackets. So the phoneme placed inside slashes is considered broad transcription and will be used for the purpose of this book. It means broad transcription is not the actual pronunciation. However, if you need to closely conduct a narrow transcription that will include as much detail or the actual pronunciation as you deem necessary, then the phonetic transcription would require you to use brackets. So example, in a word pin, in broad transcription, it pronounced pin. So P represents the phoneme P, E represents the vowel sound, N represents the phoneme N. So in a narrow transcription, it is pronounced by pin, pin. So PH shows that the P sound is aspirated as a small puff of air is released when saying the word pin. The brackets show the exact physical pronunciation. So, under the generative phonology framework, the slashes or the brackets represent two distinct phases of phonological processing. The slashes denote the mental phonemic transcription of the sound considered as a single unit in the brain. When this phoneme is transformed into its final form in brackets, it then passes through the articulators and finally enunciated. Okay. When we say mental phonemic transcription, it is only read by our mind. Like for example, the word pin. So in a mental form, or when we read using our mind, it is pronounced by pin, pin in a Bisaya accent, while in a spoken form or in an actual form, it is pronounced by pin, pin. And another example is a word top. In a mental form, it is pronounced by tap, tap, while in a spoken form or in an actual form, it is pronounced by top, top. So, phonemes may either be voiced or voiceless. A phoneme is voiced when it's produced with a vibration in the vocal cords, while the phoneme is voiceless when it is produced without any vibration in the vocal cords. So, I have here an example. So, we have S like in sip, P like in pat, T like in top, F like in fan. So did you notice that your vocal cords is not vibrating? It means that it is a voiceless phoneme. So now let's proceed to a voice phoneme. So we have Z like in zip, B like in bat, D like in dick, V like in van. So we have noticed that our vocal cords is vibrating. So it means that this is an example of a voiced phoneme. So that's all my part, everyone. Thank you for listening. I hope that you have learned today. Thank you and God bless.
Good day everyone, my name is Prince Roel Antonio or you can just call me Teacher Prince. For the next part, my topic is all about segmental phonemes. So what are segmental phonemes? First, let's me read this. By the end of my discussion, you shall be able to define segmental phonemes, identify their different types, and explain their importance and correct pronunciation. What are segmental phonemes? Do any of you have any idea? Okay, thank you. Okay. Segmental phonemes are the individual speech sounds produced by the speech organs. These sounds are called segmental because they are produced one after another as we speak. One after another as we speak. They are important because changing even one speech sound may change the meaning of a word. Interesting. Next, for example, here are the example. Bat, pat, fan, ban, cap, cab. Do you notice anything? Or here's more example. Bag, tag, cat, hat, dish, fish, get, hit, kin, mean, light, right. Pin, bin, win, sip, lip, tip, ban, fan, zip, lip. Okay, I have a question here. What happened when only one sound changed, Mr. Lito? You mean the whole meaning will change? Because changing just one letter? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Lito. Okay, let's move forward to the types of segmental phonemes. Or there are three types of segmental phonemes. Now, for the first part is the vowel phonemes. Vowel phonemes are speech sound produced without blocking the flow of air. Without blocking the flow of air. It's right. For example, a, I, o. For I, ama. I, misa. I, isda. U, uso. U, ulo. That's the example of vowel phonemes, right? Number two. Number two. The consonant phonemes. Consonant phonemes are produced when the airflow is partially or completely blocked by the lips, tongue, or teeth. Any idea what this means? Consonant? Yeah. Consonant different from the E, or just the G, K. That's the consonant phonemes. Here's the examples. B. P, M, T, K. Okay, we have an activity here. Touch your lip while saying P, B, P, and B. What do you notice? Like P, 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 B, B. What do you notice? The airflow is completely black. Completely black or partially black. Correct. Now, for the next part, the diphthongs. A diphthong is formed when one vowel sound glides into another vowel sound within the same syllable. So what does it mean? Okay. For the example, ba, hay, a, ray, bu, hay, a, puy. Gets? Ba, hay. From one syllable glides into another vowel sound within the same syllable. Like the ba, hay, a, ray, bu, hay, a, puy. Here's more example. Ay. Bahay, house. Kulay, color. Kain, eat. Lain. other. Aw, aw, aw. Ga, was. Outside, exit. Gatos, 100 or gatos. Aw, new word. Syagit, syagit, shout in English. Sugat, meet or meet up. Before I end my discussion, let me ask you these questions. What are segmental phonemes? What is it, Ms. Palyar? Okay, correct. That's good. Segmental phonemes are the individual synth sounds that make up words. Individual speech sounds, that's like what I say earlier. Next questions. What are the three types of segmental phonemes? Can you answer it, Mr. Moises? First is vowel phonemes, consonant phonemes, and diphthongs. Now, why are segmental phonemes important? Anong importante man dyan ni siya? Was it Miss Manolong? Can you answer it? Okay. Because they help us pronounce word correctly so that we can understand it better. Distinguish the meaning of words and communicate effectively with our classmate, peers, or our family. Now, lastly, the summary part. Segmental phonemes are the individual speech sounds that form words. They are divided into vowel phonemes, which are produced without blocking the airflow, consonant phonemes, which are produced with partial or complete obstruction of airflow, and diphthongs, which involves the smooth gliding of one vowel sound to another within the same syllable. These phonemes are essential for correct pronunciation, clear communication, and preserving our mother tongue. So this can help us understand our language more, our culture, because understanding the words more will help us appreciate it. Now, lastly, that's all for the segmental phonemes. And I just want to say thank you. And my name is Prince Joel Antonio. Thank you.
Good afternoon, class. My name is Teacher Lovely. Our next topic for today is all about accent. What is accent? So accent is another phonological features of language that affects meaning is accent. So accent refers to the emphasis given to the syllable in a word by means of loudness, vowel length, pitch, or a combination of these. So, accent is mao ni siya ang pagdiin o pagkusog sa usa ka syllable in a word. It means, so mahimo ni siya nga mas kusog nga tono pag mulitok ta sa isa ka word. And then, maka-help ni siya aron ang pag-pronounce sa word is tama. I have example of accent. So, first is banana. So, when militok ta sa banana, dapat diba ang first dira is banana, doctor, and window. And then, and the next slide is diri makita ninyo nga naka gani siya, naka circle ang mga words nga na ay accent. So the way mo pronounce ta sa word ngayong ana is nagi siya pinadiin, nga pinakusog siya nga pag mo istorya ta about ana nga word. So example, banana. So ba na na. Ba na na. So yung ana, so nagi siya accent si NA ang may accent ana. Next is doctor. So dili ta mo pronounce og doctor like ang ana. So with accent gani doctor. Doctor. So ana. And next is window. So window is dili lang siya normal nga window when it comes magsay taan ang word. Dapat naa siya accent. That is window. Window. So mauna siyang mga example sa accent no. Kay kung mausab nimo ang pagdiin sa usa ka word or sa usa ka word, kay namo gud siya possible nga mausab pod ang iyahang meaning. So mo nang importante kaayo nga makabalo ta unsaon pag-pronounce sa usa ka word nga tama. So, accent could affect intended meaning, hence, it should be used appropriately. So, dapat ang accent is gamiton dyan nato siya in the right way and tama po nga pagka-pronounce sa isa ka word. Kaya if dili nimo na siya matarong, so, naigi siya possible nga malahi ang iyahang meaning. And, hiligay nun, the grammatical particles have one primary accented syllable. So, accent or stress given to a syllable can lead to a lexically significant effect as seen by the following example. So, nakoy mga examples diri nga nakakuan gani siya lahi na ang accent, ang nay accent og naayo ay walay accent. So, it napod siya lahi og meaning. So, I have example here. So, naani diri ang without original accent. So, makita mi sa table, no? Anay siya without original accent, then iyang meaning, and then with different accent, then iyang meaning. So, ako na siyang i-perform karon kung saan na siya pag correct or pag ganing pag-pronounce correctly or appropriately. So, first is Ella. Ella or they or their. So, kung naa siya different accent, that is Ella. Ella or wild. Next is Amo. Amo or master o leader. So, kung naa siya different accent, that is Amo. Amo. So meaning ana is that is it or that's the one. And next is panit. So panit is that is skin. So kung na siya different accent, that is panit. Panit. So that is tuna. Ay, tuna. Ana. So next is luku. So luku, that is full. So kung with different accents siya, that is luku. Luku. Or a command for a dog to lay down o sit down. And next is pala. So pala without original accent, that is shovel or spade. Kung naapod siya with different accents gani siya, that is pala. Pala. Like nadyo kay pinadiin gani sa isa ka word, or ang kana niya is big ants or mga large ants. And now, let's proceed to our next topic, and that is two consonants or consonant cluster. So, two consonants, also called consonant cluster, are two consonant letters that appear together in a word without a vowel between them. So, I have example R, PR, PL, BR, TR, and GR. So, I have example here of two consonant or consonant cluster. So, first is prito and pruta. So, prito and pruta. So, makita nyo mo dira kung gi-circlean. So, mauna sila ang two consonant cluster at the same of P and L. So, plastic and plato. So, makita gihapon nyo dira nga kuha na po da siyang gi-circlean. So, mauna siya ang two consonant clusters or lagi two consonant cluster. And next is si brillante or bruns. So, ang brillante o bruns, so B and R, that is a two consonant cluster. And next is trabaho or trapo. So, trabaho or trapo, that is T and R. So, makita parang daan sa isa ka word nga naadira ang T and R. So, mauna ang example of unsa? Yes, tama. That is the example of two consonant cluster. And the last one, that is grasya o grado. And maupod na siya, makita pa lang daan ninyo sa grasya or grado, so G and R. So, from the first word sa grasya, so makita na dyan mo da akong gilinginan. So, mauna siya ang mga examples of two consonant. Then, ako papud na siyang i-elaborate karon kay nakoy mga more examples para ma-explain dyan ako siya og tarong. And now, let's proceed to our more examples. So, example of P and R. So, P and R is the sound of P and R are pronounced together. So, that is P and R. So, example ana is prinda. So, makita na dyan daan nga P and R palang daan, mauna sila ang consonant cluster. So, a word that begins the P and R, that is a consonant cluster. And next is si P and L. So, the sounds of P and L are pronounced together. Example, ana, plaza, or kundili, plato, plano, or plastic, ana. Then, a words that begins with the P and L, that is consonant clusters. B and R. So, B and R is the sounds of B and R. So, are pronounced together. So, example, ana, is brunsi, or braso, or brillante, ana. So, a word that begins with the B and R, that is consonant cluster gihapon. And next is T and R. The sounds of T and R are pronounced together. So, example, anang T and R is trapo, trabaho, ana. Then, a word that begins with the T and R, that is consonant cluster. And next is G and R. So, G and R, that is the sounds of G and R that pronounce together. Example, that is gripo, grupo, Russia, grado, so ing ana. And then a word that begins with G and R that is consonant together or consonant cluster. So kana kung ginapakita nga example is mauna sila ang mga consonant clusters. Then katong kaganina, that is accent kung saan siya pag-pronounce in a proper way. And by summary of my topic, accent help us to pronounce words correctly and understand their correct meaning. And for consonant cluster, it is help us to pronounce words correctly and speak more clearly. And that is all my topic for today. So thank you for listening and God bless us all. And now, I know nga nakasabot naman dyan ang tanan about sa ang mga lessons. So let's proceed. So, na ko'y mga questions sa inyo. I know nga nakasabot naman mo. So first is, what have you learned about the sounds of a language? Number 2, why it is important to study the alphabet, phonemes, segmental phonemes, and the accent together. And next, why it is important to respect people who have different accents. So ngano daw? And the second one is, how can correct pronunciation help you in your daily life? So ngano? And now let's go on abstraction. So first question, that is, what is a phoneme and why it is important of a language? And last, number 2, what is an accent and how can it affect the meaning of a word?